Make yourself comfortable. Let your body relax and go floppy, sinking down into the bed beneath you. Your eyes feel heavy and they start to close. You feel the rhythm of your breathing in and out, the rise and fall of your belly, up and down. As you breathe deeply, you are transported to the magical land of Elvaria. With one more deep breath all the way into your belly and slowly all the way out. You are standing in a clearing of the forest, and it's nighttime. There are fairy lights strung up through the trees, and they create a golden glow that allows you to see that in this clearing, the magical creatures are gathering. There are tables that have materials on them for some kind of craft. There's crepe paper, ribbons, leaves, feathers, flower petals, and other decorations, along with some glass jars that have metal handles attached onto them, and inside them little tea light candles sitting on some sand. You watch as some of the creatures make their creations. There is a fairy standing up on the table and sticking things onto her glass jar. She is using lots of flower petals and leaves and a few feathers. You see that Wanda the witch has already made her lantern. She's taken small squares of crepe paper of all different colours and stuck them onto the glass jar, and now she's holding her lantern up with her tea light candle lit, and the yellow light is glowing and lighting up the different colours of the crepe paper. So that's what they're making, lanterns. More and more creatures start going over to the table to make lanterns, and it's getting quite busy. Wanda the witch notices you, and she beckons you over to join in. She hands you a jar and tells you to choose from anything on the table to decorate your lantern. The table is getting very crowded, and some of the animals are feeling a little bit frustrated with each other, as there's not enough space to work. Wanda the witch notices this, and she takes out her wand. She tells everyone to pause for a minute, take a breath, and step back from the table just for a moment. She waves her wand, and the table suddenly stretches out and grows longer, making plenty of space for everyone. It's a very long table now. Everyone steps back to the table to continue their work, and you use the space beside Wanda. Wanda flicks her wand again and makes sure that everyone can reach all of the different materials. So right in front of you is a mix all the different things you can use. And further along the table, there are a few more stations like this, with some of each different type of material. So no matter where you stand along the table, no matter where any of the creatures is, they can always reach the things they need. So take a few moments now to choose what you would like to add onto your lantern, and use some of the instant glue to stick things on, and they'll dry straight away. Once you've finished decorating your lantern, Wanda shows you over to a corner of the clearing that she calls the stick forest. It's not a real forest, it's a place where lots of sticks appropriate for lantern holding have been collected and planted, that is to say, poked into the ground, ready for the creatures to choose the stick they would like to use to carry their lantern on tonight. Each stick has a fork at the end, not an eating fork, but a fork in the branch where there are 2 or 3 bits of stick poking out, where the lantern can be hooked on and then carried high up using this stick. Wanda tells you that tonight is the lantern parade, and that the lanterns all look very enchanting being carried on these sticks, and they create a lovely golden glow and light the way as you walk. So take a moment to choose your favourite stick. All the other creatures are finishing up their lanterns, and they come over to choose a stick each as well. You hook your lantern onto the end of the stick, and all the other creatures do the same. Then Wanda waves her wand, points it towards the whole group of magical creatures, including you, and as she waves the wand, 1 by 1 and 2 by 2, and then all of a sudden, all the candles in all the lanterns are lit, and it's time for the lantern parade. Wanda tells you that you can be her very special helper and walk with her at the front of the parade to lead all the magical creatures on this very special night of the lantern parade. So together, you and Wanda start to walk. You hold your lantern via the stick, and it hangs up above and in front of your head and lights the way for where you are walking. You can see as you and Wanda walk into a path of the forest. You can see the stony, mossy ground beneath your feet, although the moss doesn't look green in this light. Everything looks dim brown or yellow colours. Soon you find that you are walking along beside a river, and the river shimmers and sparkles with the golden glowing light, and you watch as fireflies and fairies dance together above the water's surface. The fairies see the lantern parade and fly over to the edge of the river and wave at their friends. and they wave at you with a great big smile. So you smile and wave back with your spare hand that's not holding the lantern stick. You can hear the soothing noises of happy voices chatting behind you in the line of magical animal creatures as you walk. And you can hear the distant hooting of owls and night birds. And you see some night creatures in the shadows that hop away and hide when the light reaches them. You see a possum scurry up a tree, and a rabbit hop down a burrow, and a wallaby stare at you from behind a tree as you walk past. You even see a green tree frog using its sticky pads to hold tightly onto a tree. It doesn't scurry away. It just stares with its big bulgy eyes. And as it croaks, you are surprised to hear that its croak sounds just like, "Hello, hello." Well, this is Elvaria after all. Of course all the animals here can talk. You hadn't realized it, but this path curves back around, and you find yourself stepping out of the forest and back into the clearing that you started in. The animals start to gather at the edge of the clearing, and all the animals and magical creatures that held lanterns plant their sticks back into the earth, this time with the lanterns hanging on them, and they put their sticks around to form a very large circle that lights up the whole clearing, with each creature standing behind its lantern on the outside of the circle. Wanda steps into the circle and says, "Now it is time for the wish ceremony," and everyone cheers with excitement. Wanda waves her wand, and a piece of paper appears on the ground below each lantern. She waves her wand again, and feathers start raining down from the sky, one above the head of each magical creature. And as these feathers float down, everyone reaches up to catch it. And as you look up and see your feather floating down, you realize that it is a quill for writing with. So you catch your feather and you pick up your piece of paper, and you realize that everyone is writing down their wishes. So you think for a moment what you would like to wish for, and you write it or draw it or just do some kind of mark that represents your wish on the piece of paper. Then you watch as all the other creatures, including Wanda, who has now planted her lantern and written her own wish, holds the paper with the wish on it to their hearts, and they close their eyes. They are all putting their intention and energy into their wish. They are feeling what it is like when that wish comes true, and trusting that it will happen for them. And then each creature takes their wish. Some of them folds it up, or scrunch it up, or turn it into a little scroll. And then everyone gives a little kiss to their piece of paper. Then they place the paper above their lantern and drop it down in. And yes, there's a candle in the lantern. They let their wishes burn, and watch as the smoke of the wish floats up out of their lantern and up into the sky and out to the universe, sending out their intention and their energy and their wish and letting it go. So you do this for your wish as well. You hold it to your heart and feel it coming true. You can fold it up or scrunch it or turn it into a scroll. Then you give it a little kiss and drop it down into your lantern, and you watch as it turns into smoke and its energy floats out into the universe, up and up into the starry sky above. Now the creatures start to go home, and some of them take their lanterns to light their way. Others blow their lanterns out, and some creatures lay down a blanket so they can gaze up at the stars for a while. Wanda comes over to you, and she shows you to a spot where she has laid out a soft camp mattress and some cushions and blankets, and it looks very cozy. She invites you to lie down with her and gaze up at the stars for a while. So you blow out your lantern and make yourself cozy on this mattress. It's very comfortable, and your body relaxes and sinks down into the mattress. You slow your breathing down and you stare up at the beautiful stars above you, happy that you spent this magical evening in Elvaria, knowing that you can come back here anytime you like. And as you gaze up at these stars and maybe think about how your wish is out there waiting to come true, you feel very ready to drift off to sleep and have sweet dreams, knowing that in the morning you'll wake up in your very own bed at home. Good night.